Welcome to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm John. We're a couple of overweight barbecue enthusiasts trying to share our love for sweet and smoky food with the world.
Thanks for hanging out with us as we talk about life, share recipes, successes, and failures that have all led to our love of cooking outdoors.
Hey, howdy, hey.
I can't even start.
Mike was supposed to start this episode, but he's busy
guys.
having a...
I totally forgot about the hey, howdy, hey until about 5 seconds ago when you said it. Oh my gosh. That was a good one. Hey, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome to another episode of Fat Guys with Smokers. Hey, howdy, hey.
I don't think we've had anyone cry on the show before, Mike.
Man, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. Excuse me.
I think that just tells everyone where we are in life, that hey, howdy, hey is bringing us to tears laughing that hard.
Listen, adulting is hard.
Adulting
you need
is
some
the
of these
worst.
moments, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do I go back?
Yeah. Seriously. I wish I could cash in on all the naps I refused to take as a child. And all the time I wouldn't finish my dinner. You know.
I remember when I was probably 17. Anyways, I had moved from Chicago to New Hampshire, and I wanted to go on a road trip and meet my friends in Ohio to go to, I don't even know what it's called now, the roller coaster place there.
Six Flags?
No.
Oh.
Cedar
no
Point, or it's a really big roller coaster place in Ohio. I think it's Cedar Point. Anyways, and I can remember vividly getting in a fight with my dad. He's like, "What are you going to do if the car breaks down?" I'm like, "I'm going to take it to a shop." And he's like, "And what are you going to do then?" I was like, "Call you. What do you think I'm going to do?" He's like, "You're not an adult." And I was like, "When's it magically going to..." Well, it magically happened at some point, and I want to go back. I don't want to be a grown-up.
Yeah. Seriously, we spend all of our childhood waiting to grow up. And then you grow up and you're like, son of a, this is not what I thought it was. I feel like it's our parents' fault for acting like they had all their stuff together.
Yeah.
And now we have to, like, I don't know. Thanks a lot, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, because I don't have it together.
False advertising.
It's way more work than advertised.
Quit making stuff look so easy. John, what's been going on? We got Christmas coming up.
Oh my gosh.
Exciting time of year. Rough time to be a teacher. The kids are excited and, you know, it's out of control, but it's fun.
Yeah, so Haley's been helping in the boys' class this year. Clay's in preschool, so she's got the mornings free, and she's like, "Well, I might as well be at the school. I'll help." And
Oh, good for her.
she's been helping with math a lot. And I guess Charlie's teacher was just like, "I'm done. Like, you don't need to come this week. Like, we're just gonna do Christmas math, and they win. I'm done."
That makes me feel so much better because I think that a lot. Like, dude, I'm just glad we're all here today.
Dude, I've got mad respect for elementary school teachers.
Oh, man, the madness that they have to endure.
And look, I'm not trying to downplay what you do.
No, not at all. I get it, man.
You do it for 50 minutes at a time, and then the kids change out, and you don't have to deal with them. They voluntarily spend like 6 to 8 hours with the same group of kids nonstop.
Yeah. Boo, man.
I don't think I can spend 6 to 8 hours with my own kids nonstop without...
Love them so much, but my freaking first grader is driving us crazy. Like, just the excitement. I mean, it's fun, but it's like, oh my gosh. So, mad respect, elementary school teachers. You're doing it. You have 5 minutes of a Christmas break this year, so enjoy it.
I know.
It's kind of shorter than usual.
Yeah, just the way it fell. But
yep.
I'm not going to lie, it's kind of nice for those of us that have real jobs meaning we don't get summer vacation.
No.
That's the only criteria I'm using for it being a real job.
That's fair. I'm not offended. I get it.
Because depending on where you work, like you can pull off like a week and a half vacation for 3 PTO days.
Right on. Oh, because there's so many federal holidays.
The way they
And weekends
stacked,
and stuff.
yeah,
Okay. Right on.
it's quality.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm not doing that. I have to go to work.
Boo. Adulting, man.
Right?
Seriously.
So,
Well, what are we doing this week, John?
I don't know about you, but my door has been seeing a lot of action.
Yeah. We're pretty freaking popular in our neck of the woods, for sure.
Yeah, I got the most amazing cheese ball delivered.
Ooh.
I'm normally not a big fan of cheese balls. And I need to call Wade and ask him if there's crab in it or not. Crab with a K. I don't think there is.
What's crab with a K?
Just the fake imitation stuff you
gotcha.
put in cheese balls.
Okay.
But it's just like,
Why are you allergic or what?
no, I can't quite put
Okay.
the taste there. It's got like cranberries and peppers and lots of green onions, and it's just, I'm normally not a big cheese ball fan, and I put a dent in it last night.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, it was pretty killer.
Nice.
But I think that's been one of my favorites so far.
We got some homemade, like, cinnamon sugar bread.
Ooh.
You know, like you can get it. I'm just thinking like gristmill or one of our
Great
neighbors,
Harvest,
Kirsten and Alex. I assume Kirsten's the one that made it, but she made it. Oh my gosh, man, it was bomb. It was on my counter when I got home from school, and as you say, I put a bit of a dent in it. It was pretty dang good.
Nice. Yeah, I think we're passing ours out tomorrow, and I'm pretty pumped.
Nice.
I think it's gonna. People are either gonna love it or they're gonna be like, "Well, that's a cop out."
Nice.
But
Well, that's exciting.
yeah, you'll get yours. Don't worry.
I'm looking forward to it. I don't want to ruin it right now. I'm excited for this surprise.
It's okay. We can drop it because this is gonna come out after we pass them out.
Oh, that's true.
We're gonna give out garbage bags, and then we're gonna put a trailer in our driveway and have a spot for people to bring their extra trash.
Dude, that's genius. How'd you come up with that?
We had I had talked about doing it a couple of years ago, and it would have been a great idea a couple of years ago when we had Logan City picking up our trash. Now that waste management,
It's a hot mess.
dude, we work with them all the time.
Oh, yeah, so you've probably been working with them for a while.
Dude, they're the worst trash provider in the entire country as far as I'm concerned.
But they're all over the entire country.
Yeah. And yeah, they think they're Walmart and can just do whatever they want and no one's ever going to touch them. And it would not be hard to topple that giant.
Really?
Yeah. Although they tend to lock people up in some pretty like vicious contracts. Anyways, you used to be able to rent a dumpster for like nothing. And now it's $100 drop fee and $100 pickup fee.
Gross.
Before you even get to the rental or any of the tonnage.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So it's terrible. But we're going to rent a dump trailer and put it in the driveway and people can come throw their crap.
Nice. Right on.
It's pretty cool. We've got tags that say, "We love the crap out of you. So bring your Christmas crap to us."
I like that.
Yeah.
That's genius. Did you see that somewhere, or did you just come up with that?
So I had thought about doing it in years past, and I even told Haley about it. And of course, she's claiming, "Oh, I don't remember that." But some Instagram influencer did it, and Haley saw it and was like, "Oh, this is such a good idea." I was like, "Yeah, it was."
We talked about this.
It's like when I was a kid and I told my parents like we should make individual servings of Kool-Aid and put them in pouches so you could put it in a water bottle. And they thought it was ridiculous.
Fetch.
Could have been rich.
They could have retired off of your idea.
Right?
That's awesome, dude. That's a great idea.
Yeah. So pretty pumped about that.
You heard it here first, folks. So if you copy it, we expect a shout out on Insta. And by we, I mean John, but still.
No, hit us on Fat Guys.
There you go.
So,
right on.
Yeah, but speaking of that,
Yeah.
this episode's probably like a week late, so bookmark it, come back to it next year.
Yeah, that's true.
Or I guess it's going to come out before this weekend, so you'll have a chance if
you're a last minuter.
Which I suspect we have a few of those people in our following.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm typically a last minuter.
I was going to say, they fit our brand.
I know, I'm so proud of myself. We finished Christmas shopping yesterday.
Dude, right on.
It's like a whole week in advance, it feels like.
Yeah.
Actually, it literally is a week in advance. Yes.
Well done.
But wanted to talk about some barbecue, smoking, fat guy appropriate Christmas neighbor gifts.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes with neighbor gifts, part of the challenge is, depending on how many neighbors you have / like, it can get pretty expensive pretty fast. So thinking of kind of some less expensive things to do that would also involve what you love and sharing the stuff you love, I thought would kind of be an interesting topic, and also kind of spur my ideas. My wife she loves to bake and she makes things, and so she comes up with neighbor gifts every year, and it's great. And I would just wonder if there are any things that would be barbecue related that would kind of fit that mold, you know?
Yeah. So I've certainly done a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the easiest ones, and we even got this year, was a little bit of rub.
Yeah.
So we got a jar of rub from some folks here on the street. Cute little, hope you have a spicy Christmas or want to spice up your holidays kind of a message.
Mm-hmm.
They did it with a bottle of rub that they bought. We made rub.
Oh.
Yeah, we used Meathead's Memphis Meat Dust recipe. Made that one year, and then this is back in the day when we were collecting baby food jars, it seemed like every time I turned around.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a bunch of baby food jars that we filled up with rub.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and it was fun, and we put same cute kind of message, and we just gave rub to everybody. And it was funny because there were some people that were just like, "Oh, this is the best rub I've ever had in my life."
No,
right
on.
Okay.
You're welcome.
They're like, can I have the recipe? And I'd like Google it and send it to them. And they're like, "Oh, that's it." I was like, good things are simple.
Well said.
So, yeah.
You did some nuts a couple years ago that were phenomenal.
Yeah,
I still dream about these every holiday.
Really?
No, not really, but they are amazing.
I've been
thinking about them since we started thinking about this topic.
I was going to say, those are not hard to do either.
Really?
Yeah, so Mike's talking about, we did some cinnamon sugar candied pecans out on the smoker. And it's really simple. I think it was an egg white wash that you kind of tossed the nuts in and then covered them in cinnamon sugar. And then it was out onto the smoker for a couple of hours at like 225. And I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Like nuts, you're trying to heat them up so some of the oil comes out, and that oil grabs the smoke flavoring. So it doesn't take very long at all. I love roasted nuts.
Yeah.
Like,
Ditto.
That's a old school, like, buy it on the street corner type of food that any chance I get to buy roasted nuts, I'm big fan of those. Yeah, I think cashews might be my favorite right now.
Oh.
Candied cashews.
So could you do the same thing with any kind of nut, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I don't see why not. I'm sure there's some that you shouldn't or can't do.
Mm-hmm.
But you can definitely do a lot of things. I mean, Buc-ee's that's one of the things they've got that are just delicious, or roasted nuts.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
So there's that. The other thing we've done, which is why I say I think you can do just about any nuts, because there's peanuts in this, but we do a Chex Mix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You've talked about this.
Yeah, meat therapy. Jason, who we're working on schedules to get him onto the podcast, but that's how he and I connected. He shared a recipe for Chex Mix that's just bomb. And there's roasted peanuts in there and Chex Mix. We put Cheez-Its in it last time. That was a genius move. So, but that's another one that people just have always been really excited about when we've...
Do you just mix it all and then smoke it, or do you put like a, I don't know, I'm thinking binder for lack of a better word?
Yeah, so it's a lot like traditional Chex Mix where you melt butter, there's Worcestershire sauce, and then rub. And I think Jason puts a lager in his. We haven't done that. We've just always done butter and salt and stuff. I think I did apple juice maybe one time just to add some more there, and then you toss the Chex Mix in it, coat it, and then you cook it till it's dry, basically.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, and it's so good. Yeah, really, really good.
Right on. Well, there's some things that I thought of. We also mentioned some kind of like a tool, a spatula or something. I don't know. Like I said, it can get expensive fast if you're buying a lot of them. So I'm trying to think of like budget things that you could do, but we mentioned a spatula. You mentioned you did some pizza pills for some friends one year.
Yeah, that was a pretty small group, but there's some pizza pills on Amazon that like they're really basic. Aluminum pizza pill with a cheap wood handle that they're like $15 or something. And I don't care what you're doing, whether it's barbecue or cooking pizzas in the oven, like having a big freaking spatula is super helpful sometimes.
Yeah. Especially if you're cooking something that's falling apart or whatever, it seems so nice to just slide underneath and
so
take the whole
I've actually
thing out.
got two different sizes of pizza pills that I use. One's, I don't know, probably about 12 inches wide. The other one's 16 inches. But I use it to pull briskets. I use them to pull pulled pork. It's just nice to have something big and solid under a big cut of meat. And then you've kind of got this like lever that if you grab it down by the blade, you can use your arm on the handle to get some leverage on it and
take it off one-handed, huh?
Yeah.
Right on.
So super helpful that way.
Well, so when we got our Blackstones, we got that big burger spatula, you know? I used that this weekend when I was cooking those pork butts, and it was awesome because they were boneless, so they started to kind of fall apart, and just sliding that whole thing under, like, is so much nicer than trying to pick it up, have things fall apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Yeah, and maybe I'm just a baby, but even with the, like, cotton gloves with rubber gloves over the top of, like, I burn my hands all the time.
Super hot.
So I like having a really big spatula.
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
The other one, we were just talking about this.
Yeah.
On our drink run before we started recording. I don't know if people would love it or just be like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever gotten in my life.
What am I supposed to do with this?
But I'm thinking about sometimes like you're just super busy and you don't want to have to make a meal. But it would also be super weird to like text all of your neighbors and be like, hey, don't cook tonight. We're bringing dinner.
Right.
Mostly because I don't want to bring the whole dinner. But if you cooked a bunch of pork shoulders and then vacuum packed it and then took it over and they could either eat it then, throw it in the fridge, or throw it in the freezer. Like pulled pork lasts forever. And especially if you're going to vacuum pack it, I think it'd be great to give a meal to people, let them have it there. It's quick, it's easy, it heats up really fast. And And I don't know of anybody that at least once a week it just doesn't have time or doesn't want to cook dinner.
Yeah. I love this idea because pulled pork can be the dinner or it can be a really good ingredient in a chili or something. Or a tacos or whatever. Like,
on baked potatoes.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah. That sounds awesome. I like that. And I feel like you could do a crap ton for not a lot of money and it would go pretty far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever listened to the Barbecue Central show?
Once or twice, yeah.
That'd be interesting. We should see if he wants to do a crossover episode. But they have a rule, no names, please, because they don't want to, call people out on the show by name and get people mad.
Oh.
So no names, please, but somebody's wife was talking about going and buying pre-made pulled pork
Yeah.
from Sam's Club.
Yep. You know who you are.
I bet she doesn't even listen.
Yeah, that's true.
It's one of our really close friends, and they know all they've got to do is ask, and it's not even putting us out. And we would even go get the pork for them. Mm-hmm. But a pork shoulder, you can buy a pork shoulder for like $10 and feed 20 people without even stretching it.
Without a lot of problems.
Yeah. And yeah, you can cook that. You can put it in different size portions, freeze it. You don't have to have a vacuum sealer. Obviously, you can wrap it in saran wrap. You can put it in a Ziploc bag. You can do whatever you need to get it frozen, but freeze it and then use it throughout. So even if it's only a couple of you, you can still get a good meal. And I mean, I would never encourage people to use a crock pot, but I mean, if you had to, you can even get some pretty good pulled pork with some Dr. Pepper in a crock pot.
Yeah.
So
True that.
But I think that would be a killer. Like Haley and I may have to
idea.
talk about. We may do that next year.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. And I feel like you could do. I mean, pulled pork seems like the no-brainer, like easy. I feel like you could do that with different cuts of meat that produce a crap ton of food. That we've talked before. What do you do with the leftovers? Mm-hmm. If you just made a huge chunk of whatever,
you could do brisket. You could do chicken. You could do anything. Honestly,
yeah, it'd be good. And then just vacuum seal it and give them a frozen meal or a frozen ingredient or however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, that's... Haley, make a note. We're doing that next year, I think. Planning.
Yay.
I won't remember.
I won't either. I might steal it from you.
That's
do
fine.
It together.
Ooh.
Fat guy stickers.
Dude.
On the frozen pulled pork.
I like that.
All right.
Mostly because we're probably going to give it to mostly the same people.
Right.
We can cut our list in half.
There we go.
Yes.
I like that. That's genius. All right.
Strongly support this idea.
Yeah. It's sounding a lot better the more we talk about it. Yeah. What else do you think? I feel like that's pretty much...
Those are the big ideas.
Yeah. Hit us up if you have other ideas. Because, I mean, this is supposed to be a community. Bounce ideas off each other. What would be a good barbecue-related neighbor gift that isn't going to break the bank, but you get to share a little bit of what you love. And
we've got a couple extra minutes here. We kind of hit that hot and fast. So I'm going to bring this up with no preparation. So this is Mike on his feet.
Ooh.
Twinkle toes boom.
I'm ready. That's what they used to call me in high school.
I can just imagine.
They never called me that, but I've been called worse. So I'm ready.
Potty Pilot, can you confirm?
He could.
Christmas morning.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have a traditional dish?
No.
Or what?
But I've got some things in mind. I have seen monkey bread type of deal done in a cast iron
cool.
pan that I think would be really good. I I would love to do like a huge Mountain Man breakfast, but nobody in my family will eat it because they're super lame.
Dude, I will eat it with you.
Thank you. We should just share Christmas morning together and let our families do whatever.
I'm actually down with that. No, there's something magical about seeing the kids in the morning.
Yeah, it's the only thing that makes it worth it.
I know. Hallie's going to be so cute this year, dude.
Yeah, she is. It's a fun year for sure. What about you guys? You got anything?
We do, and now I'm blanking on what we call it. Sticky bread, maybe, or sticky rolls, or that is not what we call it. Bubble cake. That's what we call it.
Oh yeah,
it's monkey bread.
Close. Oh, okay.
So it's you can make the dough, or you can just take Rhodes roll dough and you roll it in cinnamon sugar and bake it in a bundt pan. That's what we've always done. I'm pretty excited this year. I want to do those sausage and pancake balls that you made.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
those were bomb.
So I want to get some of those. I think I'm just getting old at this point in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I need some protein in the morning.
Yeah.
If it's just straight sugar and carbs, I'm good for about 45 minutes and then I crash hard.
I'm worthless.
So
for sure.
Yeah, I want to give those a try. Get the pancake mix mixed up with the sausage, a little bit of cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Cook those up. And then we always do a rib roast on Christmas Eve. And it's not uncommon for me to pull some of that out with some potatoes and hash it up.
Love me some hash.
Man, hashes.
Did Smith's ever have their rib roast on sale?
Yeah, dude, I told you about it.
No, you didn't.
Okay,
I mean, we talked about it, but I don't think we ever connected on what it
we're gonna wrap here in a few minutes, and you can go get one.
All right, sweet.
Because today is the last day of the ad that's posted, but when I was in store, it said it was going through the 26th.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
So $6.99 a pound, maybe $6.49. It was a little more expensive than they were the last couple of years. Last couple of years, it was like $5.49.
Okay.
They were. I don't remember how big the one I got was. I think I paid $150 for it.
Oh, that's better than what I was seeing at Sam's when I was looking.
Yeah, it's cheaper than Sam's Club for sure. So,
all right.
And it's a big cut of meat. It's probably 16, 18 pounds.
Really? How long do you eat on that for?
So we cut it up. Like, my dad got one as well, and he did. What did he tell me? He did a 4-bone and two bones, and then a steak that was about an inch thick.
Nice.
So, I like to trim mine up myself. He just went and looked. You hungry there, Mike?
Yeah, you heard that? This is sounding real good. My belly was like,
he just always asks the butcher, and the butcher's always nice, and we'll cut it up for him however he wants.
Oh, right on.
But then he gets to the front, and the cashiers are always like livid that they're like, we were told we can only do this in the cryovac, and he's like, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Sorry,
the butcher did it.
Talk to him. I'm leaving.
Yeah, pretty much. So, but yeah, it was great. I did. It always makes me happy when I go to the store and the manager has to come over and like do the override when you get such a big discount. Because I got that discount, and then like regularly, I think they're like $11 a pound. And then, so you take it down to like $6 a pound. And then soda was
I heard
4
that.
for $10. Plus there was another digital coupon. So it was great.
I need to hit up Smith's more. That's a great deal.
Dude, I only shop sales at Smith's. Everything else, Walmart pickup. But soda and meat are the two things I check the ad every week for.
Might be worth looking at.
Yeah. So.
Cool.
Alrighty. Any other fun Christmas plans you want to share with us?
No, we're still kind of in the set and tradition time, So hopefully we can come up with some fun things. The kids are getting old enough that I feel like things change a little bit. Then the excitement is more mature, I guess. So I don't know. We don't have any plans, and
cool.
There's no snow. Not very stoked about that.
Yeah.
I like snow for Christmas.
Well, according to the forecast, we may be getting snow Saturday into Sunday morning.
I hope so. That'd be great.
As long as it doesn't fall on my driveway, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, there you go. That's fair. That is fair.
Keep it in the mountains, Mike.
That's fair. I like that.
Oh.
All right,
Alrighty. Well, they're playing our song.
Hey, howdy, hey.
Until next time. Thanks for listening to the Fat Guys with Smokers podcast. Be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe so you don't forget to tune in for even more nonsense from a couple of Fat Guys with Smokers.
Don't forget to subscribe.